Tonight, dozens of Australians feared dead.
When the nightlife playground was blown apart, 88 Australians and 202 people in all would die in Kuta's carnage.
The crime scene was what you'd expect from bomb blast. There were bits and pieces of human flesh blasted into walls. Most of the buildings had lost their roofs.
Nah, bom yang sebesar itu semuanya tentu dikagetkan lah semuanya.
Cratered graveyards at 3 blast sites had buried almost all leads, except this one, a tiny fragment of a Nokia 5110 phone with its unique 15-digit serial or IMEI number still intact, the exact phone used to detonate the bomb outside the US consulate. Investigators already knew, down to the second, the time of the Sari Club blast. Suddenly, sifting through mountains of data seemed more rewarding than the mountains of rubble beneath them.
We knew that if we overlaid the data from the seismic blast with the data from telephone records, that we would be able to pretty much precisely identify what the number was that was dialed that detonated the other bombs.
Police from both countries approached Indonesia's phone giant Telkomsel, requesting access to all mobile data on its network. Soon enough, they got it. The sheer volume of calls, numbers, times and accounts was too much for their analytics, but not for a sophisticated agency back in Canberra, the Defence Signals Directorate, which was given the data.
Before big data was even mentioned, signals intelligence agencies like ASD were very much in the big data game.
This was the biggest lead in the investigation because it was a pristine piece of evidence that could be looked at and could give immediate results, which is what it did.
Idris was identified first by DSD. He called the Nokia and was the logistics man. Idris's phone data then identified bombing mastermind Muklas and Field Commander Samudra, and when Amrozi was tracked down by Indonesian police, much of the terror cell was mapped out.
Ya memang tidak mudah, rumit sekali saya kalau melihatnya. Tetapi teman-teman mampu bagaimana mengidentifikasi ya dari pola-pola hubungannya.
The military-based Signals Directorate had been cracking communications for decades. But digitally tracing the Bali bombers was the first time its skills were used to solve a civilian crime. It was diplomatically sensitive, which is one reason why the details have been closely guarded for 20 years. The other is that its secret cyber skills have been further refined since then and put to work in Iraq, Afghanistan and even today in Ukraine. Andrew Probyn, ABC News, Canberra.